Hi, I haven't uploaded anything in about 3 or 4 months, but I guess since I only have one subscriber, it doesn't really mean anything. I'm really bored today, and it's just kind of blah out about just rainy and drizzly at about 32 degrees outside. So if it was, about 10 degrees cooler, it would be ice or snow or something miserable, even though we've had a really, really mild winter this year. Let's see. Books I'm reading: Pamela Dean's The Secret Country. I think I first read it when I was about 13, somewhere around there. I actually read the second book first and then got interested in the series. Um, let's see. And I'm also reading The World's Best Fairy Tales. I picked it up at a consignment store a couple of days ago. Since I'm a fan of Once Upon a Time, I have been getting interested in fairy tales, which I haven't really been interested in since I was a kid. So, that, and I also have my own idea for my own adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. So, maybe reading fairy tales will give me some ideas. Uh, well, I'm officially a college graduate. I'm not very in English. It's not the most practical degree, but at the moment, I don't regret getting the degree. It has taught me a lot of things, and I made new friends, and you know, things like that. I really need to get into the habit of writing 1,000 words minimum a day. Some days I keep up with it. Some days I'm just too lazy, to be honest. Um, yeah, I really need to improve my habits. I first started writing about 3 years ago. I was really bored over Christmas vacation, and so in between my first 2 semesters of college, and my first story I wrote, I posted it on the website. It was just some random idea, and I wrote it, and then everybody liked it. And then I started writing about another idea that I'd had in my brain since maybe October, November, or something like that. Which, because I tend to daydream a lot, I think I was daydreaming about V for Vendetta, which is probably a weird thing, the movie, to daydream about, but I daydream about anything, honestly. So I was daydreaming about that, and then I started developing my own story. Takes place in the future, microchips in everybody's wrists, mind control, fun stuff. Um, and then I just, went from there. I guess it didn't turn out too bad as a first draft, but since I'm planning a trilogy, it needs a lot of planning and a lot of work, honestly. I've had lots of ideas since then. I am currently working on I guess it could be young adult fantasy, but I'm not completely sure if it'll end up young adult, hopefully, since I hope that once I start, if it does turn to a series that I can go on with, I might be able to follow the main character into um, adulthood once she, after this book. Anyway, um, yeah, I tend to write fantasy and science fiction, all that, for some reason. I think since I've been a kid, I've just been fascinated by different worlds, different um, cultures. Like, I love traveling, and I've only been to one foreign country, and I hope to go to other foreign countries someday. And I just like learning about different cultures, and if I had the opportunity, if humans ever did have the capability of traveling to other planets, I would, or if the Doctor showed up in his TARDIS and said, hey, you want to go to a different time or to a different planet, I'd be like, hell yeah, take me. Um, so I think that because I tend to out books with, write books with a lot of world building, even if it ties into our modern society, such as the book that I mentioned with the the government and the mind control and the microchips and all that. It takes place about 40 years in the future. Well, that one does. It's prequel. The first book in the trilogy takes place about 15 to 20 years from now, I guess you could say. That, and I sometimes have to adjust things. I'm probably going to have to adjust things, to that, to current events rather than what was happening just a couple years ago. If I can make it work, for one thing, I have to go and make an outline and build character, develop character backgrounds and things that's just not in my head, just because I'm doing it over 3 generations of a family, I guess you could say. So I need to, know everybody's birthdays and, their backgrounds, where they end up, who's who and, who did what and, stuff like that. But since my current book, it switches in between a different world with magic and then our world, pretty much. I got the idea a couple years ago, and then I wrote a little bit of it, and then I quit because I lost interest in it. But since I think that I'm now a better writer, I'm able to, I know more about what my weaknesses and what my strengths are. I can, actually finish a book in a decent amount of time. So I know I'm rambling, but I guess it's better than nothing. I don't know. I also think in this latest book I'll be exploring if maybe magic existed in our world. In our world after I finish this book, maybe. I have to see if everything goes the way I want it to. And maybe if I can get it published, in a year or so, once I have a draft good enough to either, send to a publisher or to an agent or even to self-publish, then maybe publisher will pick it up and then it'll become a New York Times bestseller, but I doubt that. So, yeah, that's what's going on with me, if anybody is interested. Bye.